Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing more of like a sit down chat because I've had a lot of questions about like just starting a fitness journey in general, so I figured it would be a good chance for me to come on here and talk about some things that I wish I had known before I started my fitness journey. So I started in 2015, the summer of 2015, so it's going on 4 years since I started my fitness journey. And I have 7 things that I wish I had known before starting. I just wanted to first talk about like, people say like, how do you get started? What do you do? Like, how do you make that first initial step to like commit and be ready? So if you all follow me on Instagram, I did make a post that's kind of relevant to this. I basically just got tired of constantly picking myself in the mirror, constantly being afraid to wear clothes that I thought were cute, but I was so self-conscious in them, I just didn't wear them. And I just got tired of like going to the gym and half-assing everything I was doing, not seeing any results, but when I did see results, I was like, oh, that's good enough, and just falling back off. So I got tired of that and going to Taco Bell every other day because I love a taco. But anyway, I just decided to commit. My first initial like part in my fitness journey was joining a Katie Hearn challenge. So I joined one of her summer challenges and it completely changed my life. But I feel like looking back now, I feel like I should have gone at a slower pace than I did. And I'm not saying that like it was a bad challenge, because it was like the greatest thing ever. For me personally, I feel like I as a person pushed myself too hard too fast, and I went from 0 to 100 way too fast. It's not that I lost weight rapidly, I just like mentally everything just happened so fast for me. I didn't have a chance to learn. I didn't have a chance to learn what my body liked and what it didn't. I just did it, and it's like that first initial time that you lose weight and you do so well and you're like, yes, but then you're afraid if you're going to gain it all back the second that you stop having that same structure, or you stop having that person behind the scenes pushing you like she did. And so throughout that challenge, I did track macros. I literally followed my macros to a T, to the gram, every day. And then on Saturday night, I'd go out and I have my one treat meal for the week. And then I'd get right back to it on Sunday. And it was like the whole 8 weeks I did this. And I ended up winning. Well, I was like a runner-up. So I was like second place for her summer challenge. And it definitely like gave me such a great feeling and even more fuel to my fire, which I feel like now probably wasn't the greatest, because then I was like, oh, awesome. So I look good. I feel good. All these people, I'm getting all these compliments on like how good I look and how they want to do this and they want to look like this and they want to do what I did. And at that point, I just was like, wow, I really, really like what I'm doing. Then at that point, I decided that it was something I wanted to pursue in being a fitness coach to help all of these people, because of all of the feedback that I had gotten, and it just made me feel good to help other people. I got my ACE personal training certification, and then everything kind of just went down from there. I'm not going to really not went down. It kind of went up and down, but for me personally, I feel like there were more downs than there were ups. If that's something that you guys want to hear more about, I can make a specific video on my fitness journey. Otherwise, it will take me all day to do this. So let's jump right into the top 7 things that I wish I had known before I started my fitness journey. So I have them written down here. I just sat down while I was eating and wrote some notes. The first one is, people are going to judge you regardless. They're going to comment. They're going to say things, good, bad, I don't know. More likely than not, if they have something bad that they're saying, if you've been busting your ass and you look really, really good and you're down 20 pounds and you're like super confident in yourself and you have this one person or this one friend that comes along and they're like, you're looking way too small. I liked you better when you looked that way. Yes, people are entitled to their own opinions, but more likely than not, that's coming from them who are in a bad place in their life, so they just need something better to do with their time, like talk trash about you who is busting your ass. And also, if one of these people is your so-called friend, I'm sorry, they're not your friend. Because if they were your friend, they would be pushing you and driving you and making you feel better because you're looking better and doing better and feeling better about yourself. So, throughout my fitness journey, I competed, so I've been very low body fat percentage, I've been bigger, I've been somewhere in between. People have commented, people have been like, oh, you're looking so sick. When I was competing, they said that. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. Oh, you're looking so great. And then I have people who are like really motivating and are like, you're an inspiration, you look so great, keep up the hard work. It's like, those are comments that are going to stick with me and push me, but the other ones are going to push me even harder because I know that they are lacking something in their life. So I take those comments and I just kind of push them to the side because they're not wanted here. But if you're just starting out or you haven't started yet, just know if someone's going to say something negative to you about your progress or how you look, pay no mind to them, because one, they either are having something going on in their life and they just need something to bitch about. Two, they wish that they had the drive that you do to do what you're doing. And three, they're jealous. They're jealous of you because you look fine as hell. The next one would be taking proper rest days, having the all or nothing mindset. So when I first started, I had that all or nothing mindset. I was like, if I take a rest day, I'm not gonna make gains, I'm gonna go backwards. Or if I didn't work out for 3 days in a row, the world was gonna end. And it hasn't ended. I've gone on vacation, I've had days where I just haven't had the motivation, and I do go, and then I do feel good, but it's so important to take those rest days because that's when you grow. That's where your muscles are repairing themselves to grow, to get stronger. That's your body is repairing what you've done all week long. And if you don't take those rest days, it's not going to have that chance. So eventually you're going to burn out, you're going to get sick, your body's going to just not respond the way you want it to, and you're just going to feel crappy. So just know if you do miss a day at the gym and you are with family for the day, or you go out for lunch with friends, you don't need to go to the gym to burn off the calories you ate at a lunch that you ate this afternoon because it wasn't into your plan. Let me just say something. I've been there, and I've been that person that's like, I'm gonna eat all good this week, and if I don't for one meal out of the whole week that wasn't in my plan, I don't go to the gym the next day and sweat my ass off and do double the amount of cardio because it's not gonna help. It's not gonna do what you've done is done, and you just have to move forward and get right back into the same thing that you were doing before you slipped up. Because if you do, you're just gonna end up in that yo-yo back and forth. Like, you're not gonna create the balance that you want as far as that goes. So my camera died again. I feel like it's a common occurrence, but I'm using my iPhone right now because I don't have time to wait for it to charge. I don't have a spare battery. So with the all or nothing mindset, I wish that I had just known from the get-go that I would be taking time off from the gym and I would be doing things outside of fitness, and it wouldn't off-rail my progress. So just know that you can take those days off, not worry about losing your progress or going backwards, because I guarantee you that's not gonna happen unless you just go up to your head in cookies and completely disregard that you ever even attempted to change your lifestyle. So you win some, you lose some. Meaning, when I first started my fitness journey, I had no idea the new people I was going to meet, the people that I was going to let go in my life, the new things, the new opportunities, as opposed to the old, and just my overall, being, I guess. Just know that you attract people that do what you do. So if you go to the gym and you work out and you are healthy, you're going to attract those people in your life because they're doing the same thing you are. Just like if you don't go to the gym and you party and you go out all the time and you go out on the weekends and you go out on Thursday night because it's Thirsty Thursday, like, you're going to attract those kind of people because they're doing exactly what you're doing. So if you're coming from that lifestyle into a new one, you're going to attract different people, and those people, if they don't want to help and support you and maybe do it with you, then you're gonna leave them behind. So if you do one thing and you want to do another, the people that are doing that, they're either gonna follow you or they're not. And if they don't, then that's up to you if you wanna hold on to that relationship. Just know, if you hang on to that relationship, it might drag you back. Just saying. Because I've been there. Long before I started religiously working out, I'd work out for 2 weeks, but then I'd go right back to doing what I did, which was going out to drink almost every night. I just ate what I wanted. I didn't care about what was throwing. I was just putting food in my body because I was hungry. I wasn't actually like thinking about the food I was eating. And it just goes right back to that yo-yo effect where you try to be better, but then you just get pulled back in. So it's kind of just like, but this is completely something that you have to do on your own. It's not necessary. You don't have to do that. Like, on the flip side, when you do shift your lifestyle, you meet new people. I've met so many new people, so many amazing people that I look up to and that support me and that motivate me and compliment me and understand where I'm coming from when I talk to them, and they actually like get it. So, and they're people that I cherish most in my life. So the next tip is going to be, you don't need to make a drastic change right off the bat. Like, for example, a lot of people I'll see, they'll be like, I'm cutting carbs, 7 days without carbs. And I'm like, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? Who'd you get that idea from? Because that just blows my mind. Carbs are our body's main source of energy, brain function, cell growth. Everything that we do is by carbs. So if you're taking that out of your diet, you're definitely not putting it in any other way, because, I mean, I don't know. And I've been there. When I was in prep, I was eating like less than 50 grams of carbs a day. That's unhealthy. That's so unhealthy. I lost my period. I had brain fog. I couldn't think straight. I was sleepy all the time. I had no energy. I couldn't talk. I'd be talking and then all of a sudden I'd forget what I was saying, and it happened all the time. Like, it happens once in a while to everybody, but let me just say, I couldn't even finish a sentence without being like, what the fuck did I just say? So, there you have it. Don't cut carbs. Slow and steady wins the race. So if you're going to cut anything, cut your overall calories by like 50 calories per week, bi-weekly. Don't go any higher than 100 calories per week, because then your body's just gonna be like, you're gonna keep going down and down and down, and then all of a sudden your metabolism is gonna flatline and you're gonna plateau, and your body's gonna go into survival mode, and it's just gonna hold on to any ounce of fat that you have because it thinks you're dying. Long story short, like, I'm not gonna get into the science behind all of it, but that's just like, it thinks that you're dying, so it's gonna hold on to any ounce of fat you have so that you survive. On the other end of things, I'm getting all heated. Don't go into the gym right off the bat and be like, I'm doing an hour cardio 6 days a week. What's that gonna do? What's gonna happen? It's gonna make you lose weight, yeah, really friggin' fast, and you're gonna get into the gym 3 weeks later and be like, I'm doing an hour of cardio and nothing is happening anymore. I'm not losing any more weight. Or you're gonna get so fucking tired of going into the gym and doing an hour of cardio every day, you're just gonna stop. If you say I go into the gym on my first day of my fitness journey and I'm doing an hour of cardio every day for 6 days a week, what's gonna happen when I stop progressing? What am I gonna do, an hour and 20 minutes every day? Or bump it up to an hour 7 days a week? Probably not. Slow and steady wins the race. Again, start at 15 minutes 3 days a week. Or do like one HIIT circuit 1 day a week and steady state cardio 2 days a week for 20 minutes. Just, you kind of figure out what works for your body. And again, that's where a coach comes in helpful, because they learn your body with you and they help you because they are taught and they have the knowledge to help you to get to where you want to be without restriction, without huge deficits and all of that nonsense, because that's just not a way to live. And I've been there and I've done that and I just can't stand it. Also, another tip, it's like a sub tip for all of you cardio bunnies. I was a cardio bunny. Before I met Robbie, all I did was run. 2 miles a day. I ran every day. I didn't do any kind of resistance training. I didn't do any kind of plyometrics. I didn't do any stretching. I didn't do any weight training. I lost weight and I was really conditioned. And this isn't for people who are training for certain things. This is just overall, like, if you're trying to get to where you want to be just by doing cardio nonstop every single day, and you want to transform your body and you want to get those curves you want and you want to sculpt your back or your shoulders or your arms or your legs, just doing cardio isn't going to do it. You need to incorporate weight training with cardio in a structured manner, and that will allow you to build what you want to build, how you want to build it over time with patience and consistency. The next tip I wish I had known before I started my fitness journey was my mindset. You're probably thinking, what about mindset? Actually, not too long ago, I would say probably like mid-October. Mind you, I've almost been at this for 4 years. Mid-October was finally the point in my journey where I was like, I have found the point in my life where I have the balance that I've been looking for this entire time. How did I get there? Honestly, this summer, I was in a very dark place. I was very self-conscious. I was not body confident. I overanalyzed how I looked every day, and I just felt like crap about myself. And I was like, you've come so far, but you look like crap. Like, why do you look like this? And I was just like in that poor me mindset. And then I just started like really trying to channel in on why I felt the way that I did. And I decided that I would do some research and look into people that do videos on self-confidence and motivation and people that do struggle with the disorders that I do. And that really helped me. And so then I just kind of practiced every day. I wrote down my goals. I wrote down affirmations. So like I wrote down things that encouraged me. So like when I read them, it made me feel good about myself. So then one day I just was like, it was kind of a work in progress, but there was that one day, there's always that one day you wake up and you're like, yes, I finally feel at peace with how I look. My outlook on life, the way I saw things, the way I saw my friends, the way that I talked about myself, the way I talked to other people, like that. Once I changed the way I thought about from like poor me to like, I am this and I'm grateful for this and I'm able to work out, so that should be something that I'm grateful for rather than something that I'm like, ugh, why do I look like this? Like, I'm able to go to the gym and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I have a healthy enough body to go and do those things. So like, why am I sitting here complaining? You get the point. So once I changed my mindset, my whole, like everything changed. My body started changing because I wasn't stressed out anymore. My relationship changed, my friendships changed, my ability to go out and do things outside of my fitness plan that I had made for myself. Mind you, I didn't have a coach this entire time. Like, I was my own coach. So it was that much easier for me to fall off track which I did a few times, but I didn't let that stop me from achieving what I wanted, which was eventually to be at a maintenance level calories and then kind of see where I wanted to go from there, because I never had done that before and my metabolism was a crap hole. It needed help. I see so many posts on Instagram about like girls that have shifted their mindset and how different everything is and how good they feel and how their entire relationship with everything changed because they shifted their mindset. So if you really want to, I don't really have anyone in particular that I like listened to or watched from mindset, but if I just YouTubed, Googled, looked up information, there's so many girls on Instagram that have pages just about self-love. Like their page is just about learning to accept you for you, not wishing you were someone else, not wishing that you could do something else, because you are who you are for a reason, and that's that. So the next tip is going to be what works for you isn't going to work for somebody else, and vice versa. So I have people that will message me and be like, what are you doing for cardio? What are your macros? How many calories do you eat per day? What do you do? What's your workout split? I could give you all of my information. Anything you ask, I could give you. But A, unless I'm your coach, I can't technically tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing because I know nothing about you. 2, if I gave you all of my information and you tried it, you probably will end up being discouraged after like 3 days, because you'll be like, what the heck, nothing is changing, nothing's happening. Everybody is different. I could have the exact same everything, weight, age, height, everything as you, and it would be totally different for you. Our metabolisms are different. Our hormonal levels are different. Everything about us is different. So what makes you think the same workout routine is going to be the same? That's where I come into play with my clients. I currently do monthly sessions for clients where I make custom plans for them based off of their needs and their goals, because that's how I feel like you're truly going to succeed in a healthy way, by establishing that healthy mindset, that good relationship with food, no restriction, because if you're doing a cookie cutter plan, you're gonna have to restrict yourself because it's a cookie cutter plan. Long story short, everyone's different and no plan is going to be the same for you, me, or anyone else. So my last and final tip for things that I wish I had known before starting my fitness journey would be progress and transformations and changes don't come from comfort zones. And it's something I never had thought about at all until like the last year and a half. So when I first started, I lost weight, I toned up, and then I decided to try and gain weight again, gain muscle. And I never actually thought about it much, but it's true. If you want to gain muscle and you want to get a bigger butt, or you want to get round your shoulders, or you want to get bigger quads, or whatever it may be, you have to push your comfort zones. You have to push those heavy weights. You have to try things new that you have never done before, because if you don't, you're just going to be still in that little box when you want to be on the outside. I guess you just have to try new things and push your comfort zones if you want to succeed, because I've found that for me, when I just would stay in my comfort zone and I just go into the gym and I do my 4 sets of 12 reps consistently for 6 months straight, I wasn't going to get anywhere fast. I wasn't going to progress the way I wanted to. I'd probably maintain, maybe build a little, probably not. But if I wanted to grow, you have to push your comfort zones. You have to, and that applies to food too and eating. Like for me, and I still struggle with this on like daily. I still struggle with thinking about gaining weight, gaining fat, because in order to gain muscle, you have to eat. You have to fuel your body more calories if you want to grow. So if you want to gain muscle, you have to be in a caloric surplus. And if you're in a caloric surplus, meaning you're above your maintenance calories, which is the calories you would be to maintain your current weight, eating above that would result in weight gain and some fat gain, muscle gain, all of the above. Right now I'm in my reverse diet, so I'm not I'm not at my maintenance calories yet, but once I am, it's gonna be hard for me because I have yet to actually be in a surplus. But I know that in order to gain the muscle that I want in certain areas of my body, I'm gonna have to push those comfort zones and try new things and be vulnerable to change. And yeah, don't be afraid to push those comfort zones, jump outside that box, go get what's yours. Alright guys, that's gonna conclude my tips for things that I wish I had known before I started my fitness journey. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below, whatever you like, and I will see you next time. Bye!